Let us solve the exercise number 2 in the part A of operating system lab. In this exercise, they have given 4 different tasks that we need to perform on the directory structure that is given in the first question. So we are supposed to create this directory structure first, which is given in the question number 1, and then we are supposed to answer these 4 questions. So let us first go ahead and create this directory structure, and then we will proceed and look into the question that we need to that we are supposed to solve in the exercise number 2. I will head on to the Linux over here. I will go to my document, just double click on the my document. Again, just a reminder, whenever I say double click on something, you are supposed to click on the image, not on the text here. So be careful, don't click on the text. If you click on the text, that means you want to rename that text, you want to change its name. What is displayed, the text that you are displayed here, you want to change that name, not the open it. So if you want to open it, just double click on the image that is shown over here. So I'm going to double click on this one. Again, it is advisable, not it is not really required, that you start on a fresh folder. So just create a fresh folder. How do I create it? Just right click and then say create a new folder. Give any name. I'm going to call this one as say sample. You can call it as exercise 1. Anything you can call it. This is the one that inside which I'm going to create all the folder. So I'm going to just double click on the image here. So I am now inside the document and the sample. So this is a blank slate here, and all the directory structure that is given over here, I'm going to create it inside this. Let me open the console in this location. How do I do that thing is I'll go to the tools and then say open terminal here. So when I say open terminal, it's going to open it inside the document and samples. So this is the place where I'm there, and I'm going to create everything here to work with the exercises, because if I type it here you may not be able to see it properly. I'm going to use the notepad QQ, and because it's an editor I can quickly edit the content in the notepad QQ. So I'm going to just open this notepad QQ. You can create a new file by clicking on it, because already a blank file is there. I'm going to use it. I'll also set the language as language under B bash. This is not really required, but I'm going to just set as bash. I will hold the control and scroll my mouse button, so that I will rotate my mouse button so that I can zoom out a bit. You can see it properly. Now let us look at what is that we are supposed to do. We are supposed to start with your name. So how do I create a directory with your name? Now in order to create a directory, let me just give a small explanation. How do you create a directory? The command is mkdir. I'm going to just show you the manual for that. Just type man, that is manual, mkdir. So it's going to open the manual for the mkdir. I'm going just to zoom out for you. So zoom in and just see. Mkdir is going to create the directory. So that is make directory, and I'm going to use the -p option. What is this -p option? Is it's going to make the parent as and when it is needed. So what is the meaning of saying make the parent directories as and when it is needed? So let me just click on Q to quit out of this one. Just type Q here, and I'm going to explain what is the meaning of saying make the directory as and when it is required. So suppose if you want to create a directory called as a BA, then in order to create a BA, generally you are supposed to create the college first, and then within the college you are supposed to create a BA. Now suppose if you directly create the folder BA without creating the college, then when you try to create it, it's going to say that the college folder is not there. How can I create a BA inside the college? Because it is not there. It will complain. So what I'm saying to it is, when I created this BA, suppose if for some reason, some good reason, if the college is not there, if this folder is not there, don't complain. Just create it. So if the parent is not there, just create it, and then inside that you create the other folders. So that is the meaning of saying -p. So I will type this command. What is the command? Mkdir, and minus p for saying that if the parent is not there, just create here. Now they said that start with your name. Now I assume that they didn't literally mean that you started the file with the your name. They might have meant to say that you start with the your name, that is my name, and inside this my name there are two folders are there. Which are those two folders? One is college and the other one is the office. So where is it gone now? Okay, so I'm going to create the college and office. How do I create it in one go? I'm going to use the flower bracket here, and I'm going to say create both of them in one shot. How do I say that? First you create college inside money, and then you create a office. So this is how I am saying it. So inside money, so money is one folder. You create, that is my name. Then you create the college and office. So both of them you are creating. So inside your name, whatever you selected, you create this college and office inside that. So that is what is being created over here. What is very important in this whole process is I have not put extra spaces like this. Don't do it. Don't put extra spaces. See to it that you don't put unnecessary spaces here. If you put unnecessary spaces, that spaces it will create one folder for you. Okay, so don't put spaces anywhere. When you are typing this entire story, you are not going to put spaces unnecessary. You don't put the spaces, and there is no necessity of putting any space, so you don't put any space here. Now let me concentrate on college here. So inside this college I am supposed to create a BA, BSc, BCom. So how can I create that one? Remember, inside this college, that means I have to put slash here inside this. Then I am supposed to create a three more folder. How can I create a three more folder? Put the flower bracket after that college. Remember, this is inside this college. Then put three folders, which are the three folder BA, BCom, and sorry, BSc was the second one. BA, BSc, BCom. Okay, so I will create it as far as what they have said. BA, BCom, BA, BSc, and BCom. Three folders are created. Again, I am not putting any spaces between the BA and BCom or any other thing. No extra spaces. Now let me come to the last option over here. Under this office, you have teaching and non-teaching. So under the office, that means you have to put one slash here. Then you say here that under this you are going to create a teaching, comma, non-teaching. No spaces. Remember, non-hyphen and then just teaching, non-teaching. So this no spaces in between, and you have created it. So let's just select it, Control C to copy it. Let me take it to the terminal here, and I'm going just to show it here what it is going to create. Right click here and paste it. You can't use Control V because the shortcut is shift insert. So I'm going to just right click and paste it here. Press enter, and it has created folder called as money. If I double click on money, you have college and office. If I double click on college, you have BA, BSc, BCom, and if I click on up arrow, it's going to come up, and you have office and teaching and non-teaching. You can click on folders here. You notice this folders here, and it's going to show you in terms of folder. Remember, it is in the home here. Can you see this home folder? So home and money, you can just look at here. So you have to go according to this one. Then money, open this one, and then you have documents, open this one, and then you have the under this you have ex, not the one I have created samples here. So sample plus a sample, you notice, and then you have money. So this is the money, college, and office. Okay, if you want to quickly visualize it here itself, you have a command called as tree. Just type tree followed by the folder name, that is money. So if I just type it here, it's going to create the same structure. You can notice Under money you have two things. So one is college, one is the college, and the other one is office. Under college you have BA, BSc, BCom, and under office you have teaching and non-teaching. So you can use the tree command and just get it quickly. You can get what you are doing. Now let's go to the question here. Now the question actually says that create this above directory structure. You have created the above directory structure, but the second question says that list all the files. So there is no files that you have created. You have just created the directories. Now I want to quickly create the directories, the files, so that I will count the files. Remember, the name of the file is not really required. They said that list the files. Now all the files may have the same name. Okay, it is, you may say that it is a coincidence. It may be. Okay, all the files have the same name. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use the same command. The reason why I said that all the files can have the same name is because I want to reuse this. Okay, you know very well how to create a file. So the command for creating a file, remember, this is not the touch is not the command for creating a file. Touch actually creates a file, but touch is something different. If you want, you just that is get the manual on touch, and it will say touch changes the file stamp. Remember, in the generally the whenever the question is asked during the examination, explain the touch, explain mkdir, explain rm, and so on. Some commands are given, explain. The one of the major mistake most of the students will do is they will say that touch will create a file. Remember, touch actually indirectly creates a file. Touch is there to change the timestamp. That means when that file is accessed, if you want to change it, then the touch is used. But what happens is, if the file is not there, touch actually creates that file. Okay, so we are actually using a trick to create blank files using touch. Okay, so don't think that touch itself will create it. Touch will change the timestamp. What is the meaning of saying timestamp? When this folder is created, suppose if I right click and just see the property of it, it's going to say when this file was accessed, when this file was modified, that timestamp. This is called as timestamp when it is created. That if you want to change it, use the touch. Actual use of touch is that, not creating file, but we are using that vulnerability of touch to create our own files. So I'm going to type touch, and I'm going to copy this whole thing, control C and control V here, and I'm going to put one slash here because I want the files under all these. So then I'm going to say the file name is same info.txt. Any file name you can give, but I'm going to give a small name, information info.txt. Remember, it's going to create files under all the folders. Let it create in one shot. You just press enter here, and it's all not here, sorry, you have to copy it, control C from here, and take it to the command prompt, right click, and then just paste it, and done. Okay, now if I use the tree command, I will use the tree command, which is much easier rather than looking at here. If you look at here, you see under VA you have the file, under BCom you have the info.txt, under BSc you have this one, under college there is nothing, under teaching you have this one, under non-teaching you have teaching and non-teaching you have this one. If I just type tree and then my name, that is money, so I want to list from the money all the folders. If I press enter, you notice that one file is created. Within a shot you created all the files with the same name, let it be, but you created a file, is it not? So three files are here and two files are here. So altogether how many files you have? Five files were there. So you created five files here. In one shot you can create it. Okay, so done. This I have done it very quickly because the reason is this is not the question. Remember, if you have done this and if you feel that okay, this is not there, if you create that, you won't get any marks for that. The questions are now, the questions will start. Okay, that's the reason I have quickly typed this thing, even though I have taken the 5 minutes to explain these things, but quickly I have created these two things. So that's the reason you type this one correctly and then use the touch command, copy the whole thing, slash info dot txt. You got the directory structure with the files. Now let's go and let's look at the actual question. List all the files in long format starting from the root directory, that is your root directory, and all the including the subdirectory contents. So that means to say that list all the files which are there. Altogether you have 5 files and you have to list all of them. So how can I list all of them? Remember, you can use you are tempted to use this command. What is this? Ls. So, list the file means ls long listing. They said the long listing. So ls long format, long listing. Okay, so again, for those who are not familiar with the ls command, let me just type man, that is manual on ls. Okay, and just press enter. Anytime you can get this manual, uh, even during the examination you can get this manual. Ls long, this is the list directory contents, and you have I will go to the one that is of use to me, and the one that is of use to me is, where is that L gone? Let's HIJK. Okay, L. Okay, long listing of file format L. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use it. There are a lot of options. Please kindly go through it. I won't waste your time by showing all of them. R for recursive. So recursive directory structure. Remember, most of the students will tempted to use this option. Okay, that is ls is listing file minus L and capital R. Okay, you do it. It's going to list all the files. You notice that it will start from money. So money is my starting folder, you know very well. Money is my starting folder, and inside money you have college and office. Inside this you have college and office, but these are folders or directories, they are not the files. So inside money you have college. Go to this college. So inside money you have college, and inside college you have BA, BCom, BSc. Again, all of them are folder, they are not the files. Again, if you go to the BA, now where is BA? BA is inside money, inside college. Inside that BA you have info.txt, this is a file. Okay, inside BCom, this is a file. Inside BSc, this is a file. So what is the question that they have asked is not this. So don't write this one during the examination. What they have asked is list the files, not the directories. Okay, so be careful. This is not the way in which you are supposed to do it. Suppose if you don't remember anything, so you can't recall what is that command, type ls minus lr. This is, instead of getting 1 mark, you will get 0.5 marks. It's a slightly equivalent one, but not the actual one. Okay, how do I do that? I'm going to say, go to the folder which is my folder. My folder is money. This is the folder, you know that. Go to this money folder. So that is my name. So, and go to this folder, that is find inside this money. Okay, find what? You have to find all the files. Okay, type is F means find all the common file, that is a ordinary file, you say in the Linux world, is because there is a devices are there, shortcuts are links there, and all those things are there. Find ordinary normal files there. But if you type this one here, I'm going to just copy this one, Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here. And if I just press enter, it is going to find all the files. Just found the files. But the question is slightly twisted. What is the twisting part here is in the long format. Okay, what is this long format? Long format is this format, wherein it's going to say it starts with the D. It is a directory. You have the permissions here. You have the links to this file. This is the owner. This is the group. This is the size of the file, when it is created, and the name of the file. What you got is just the name of the file. So that is unfortunate part. Now what you are supposed to get is, you are supposed to get this one. How do you get this one? Long format, how do you get it? This is ls minus l. This is the command. that will give you the long list. So this is going to give you. So I'm going to say to the find command, okay, you find it and then give it to ls command. Okay, and in the ls command I'm going to say list it. I will tell the ls command, so execute, give it to the executable ls minus l. Ls, you know very well, is the listing of the file. Minus l means long format. However, what it's going to give to the ls command is this kind of scrap it's going to give. Now the ls command will say that such files are not there. I don't get, if you give the name of the file, I can't get it. So what I'm going to say is, don't give just the name of the file, give also this directory. So it is inside money, inside officer, inside, and so on. So you give that one also. How do I say that thing? Okay, how do I say that thing? I will say it by putting the open and close flower bracket. So when I say open and flower bracket, what I am actually saying is, don't just give the file name, give also the path of the file. So along with the path you give it to ls, otherwise ls will complain and say that this, do it. Okay, this is not going to work because that such a file is not there, it's going to say. Now for every file, if you start giving one file to the ls will get bugged up and say that this is not the way. You give all the files in one list, prepare one list and give it to me. What do I mean by saying that? Prepare one list and give it to me. Suppose just for explanation purpose, I'm going to create one text file, say one.txt. One file is created, and just for explanation purpose only I'm doing. So this is a 2.txt. Okay, this is for explanation. So if I just say, okay, ls, it's going to show me 1.txt, 2.txt. If I say ls minus l, it's going to give 1.txt, 2.txt. You notice that it's going to give. Suppose if I say ls minus l and the file name, what is the file name? 1.txt. It's going to give me the details of only that file, 1.txt. Only this file's details it's going to give me. Suppose if I say ls 1.text and 2.text, suppose if I give that, so it's going to give me the details of both the files. So I can list all the files here. So first file 1.txt, second file, and so on. So I can give the list of file here and it will give it in the long format for every file that you have given here. 1 2 3 4, you can keep on giving. For every file it will list in the long format. So what I'm going to say is, put a plus here. So plus says that you remember, up to here you are creating the file names. So the lengthier file names you were creating like this, info.txt and so on. Then what I'm saying is, list them and give it as a single list to ls command. All the file names one after the other, like this info.txt, info.txt, under office, under bca, under bcom, and all these things. You give it as a list to ls command, and ls command will do the needful thing to me. Okay, so because you are getting confused, I'm going to use the command clear to clear the clutter over here. And then I'm going to copy this control C from here and right click and then paste it and then press enter. And the what is the mistake that I have done is exec. What is missing here? Find exec is it is creating some problem with the exec. What is the spelling that I used? Exec. Okay, minus l. Okay, let me just verify what is the problem with that. So what was the problem? See, the problem is, as I've told you, that this plus, instead of plus you can also use a semicolon. Now this plus is used to give create the list of all the files. That is the one that I told you, list of all the files, and then you can execute them all in one go. However, you require one space here, so that is very important. By mistake I just put without the space. So you have to have a space here. So put a space here, that was missing there. So I'm going to just put Control C and I'm going to paste it here. So it's good that again some things happen for good. Otherwise, maybe during the examination you might have also done the same mistake by not putting a space here, and you might have also got the error. So if I press enter here, now I'm going to get all the list here. So remember, so don't make the mistake that I have committed here by not putting a space there. So there is one space that is required. So instead of this you can also put the semicolon, but if you don't put the, if you put the semicolon, you won't get everything in one list. So I'm just preparing a list of files and then I'm showing it. Now coming back to the actual question that they have asked, what they have asked is long list all the files starting from the root directory, include all the subdirectories. So am I able to create that thing? So from the root, that is my root is money. Just to tell you that I'm going to use the tree command, tree money. So this is my root, and inside college I have BA. So inside college I have BA. Inside that I have only one name of the file is same, info.txt. Again inside money I have college, then bcom, info.txt, and all of them, and who has created it, and number of links to this is being created. So that completes our first question. Now coming back to the second question, count how many files exist in the office directory. So this is the next challenge that we are supposed to face. And what is the next challenge? Count how many files are there. Same story, we are going to use it, but we are not going to use ls minus l because we are not long listing it. We will send it to wc, that is word count, and we will ask them to find how many files are there. So this is very simple. I'm going to go here and I'm going to copy this whole thing, but we will not be using this thing over here. So I'm going to use not the money because they said that it is inside the office. So inside the office, they said inside the office directory. So if you look at here, you can copy paste it. If you are like me, who is very lazy, you can just copy this money office. So you can see there. However, you have to use right click and copy and use Control C there, but okay. So inside the office, I'm a bit lazy in typing. So inside money, very well, inside money you have office, and we are supposed to count these two files here. So inside this office, find all the files inside this office folder. Okay, and don't use this part, this is not required, we are not long listing them. And what you are going to do, you pipe it to wc word count and minus here. You know very well, word count will count the how many lines are there, you just count it. This is going to list it in one line at a time. You know this, you know very well, it's going to list one file in one line, and you count how many lines are there, as simple as that. So I'm going to use a Control C to copy from here, go here. Again, if you want, I can just clear the content so that you don't see. Just type clear and press enter, it's going to clear everything. Just paste it and press enter. However, be careful in the examination, don't clear and say that clear the clutter, because you have to show the output to your external examiner. So don't type clear every now and then, because you have to show the content to the examiner, is it not? So just press enter, and oh, you don't where is this exec, sorry, how come this exec came in between? This just this one exec, sorry, that exec I didn't when I talk sometimes I just forget what I'm doing. So this is to count the file and just pipe it to that. Exec is there to execute the command, so there is nothing to execute. Whatever I'm getting, I'm giving it to wcl. Okay, so sorry about that. Control C and right click and paste and press enter, and then you have two files, and that's for sure. Again, if you want to, if you're not very sure, I'm going to use a tree and money just to tell you that. So inside your office there are, this is one file info, this is the other file. Remember, this is a folder, non-teaching is a folder, this is a folder, this is a folder. We are not counting them, we are counting only files. Two files are there, and obviously it is going to say that the count of files are two. Okay, done. Second question is over. Let's go to the third question. Display the present path. So obviously, so you know very well, this is a straightforward command. PWD, present working directory, that is present path, you're going to get it. So this is your path from home, money, my document, samples, and I've already told you. So you are in the home, money, my document, and this is a long path here, and college, and where is this, under sample, under money. So if you notice, this is the story. You start from home, then you come to money, then you come to documents, then you come to samples, and you are here. So you are in the sample. So is it the same story? So you notice that you are from the home. So just to say, you are from the home. Let me just show you that you are in the home. So this home part, you started from the home path, and then you went to money. So you went to money, and then you went to documents, you went to documents, and then you are in the sample. You are in the sample, and all the other files were created here. The same story is written over here. And again, if this is bothering you, you can just click on the folder and it will just disappear. Click on the folder, it will appear. Okay, so simple as that. Let's come back to the next question. What is the next question? Display the current data in this format, dd, mm, and so on, so forth. So how can I display the date? So let me just again, I will clear it because I am explaining it. Don't clear it during the examination, and don't unnecessarily type the tree command. It is just for your reference that you are typing the tree command. Otherwise, it will clutter. Okay, so you can scroll up and show all the commands that you have typed. So don't worry if it is coming at the end. So let me just show the manual for date. This is what you are supposed to show. See, in the date you have lot of options here. You can use minus d, minus f, minus a, and so on. So you have lot of commands here, and you can use percentage. Percentage A means abbreviated weekday, like Sunday, Monday. Percentage capital A means it's going to show everything Sunday full. It is SUN. And if you use minus B means Jan, Feb, and so on. Capital B means January, February, like that. So you have lot of options here. You can use all those options on that. However, the option that is of use to me is how do you get this MMDDYY? How do you get this option? So let's look at that one. So you notice you have this option, same as writing percentage capital D is same as writing percentage M, percentage D, percentage Y. What is this percentage M? Month. Remember, small case M, not the capital. Capital M means it is minutes. Okay, M small case means month. Capital means minute. So be careful. So MDY, if you want, you just put a percentage D. And how do I get this one? That is HH, that is hours, minutes, and second. How do I get this one? Let's look at that one. So if I go scroll down over here, see here individually you can get it. H for hour, okay, and yes for M, capital M, HIJKL see capital M for minute. This is capital M. Small m means month, okay. And the next one is second, S for second. So you have this capital S for second. You can do it, or you can use scroll down and just to say capital X. You see this capital X, hour, minute, second. You will straight away get it. So let us type that command. Okay, so let me type that command. So I'm going to say date. Okay, and very important before I just type this one. See, this plus indicates pad with the zeros. Okay, so plus means put a pad 0 means 0 before that. Instead of saying 202, instead of saying 505, so pad it with the 0. So that's the meaning of that. Okay, so I'm going to use this plus here just to pad with the zeros. Then I'm going to use the double quotes. percentage, you have to start with percentage, small case x, okay, percentage, capital T. So you know very well capital T, where is it gone? So capital T is hour, minute, second. Okay, the where is it? Capital X, where is it gone? The small case x is this one. So DDMM bio, you can do that one. Okay, so you can do not this. Sorry, not X. What was that? I was X is in our format. It is not the one format. I'm going to use that capital D. The last time I said I think capital D. So that I will just become forgetful. So capital D M D Y. Okay, so put that and put the double quotes. Just Control C to copy it from here and come to your command. Just type Q here to come out of the manual pages. Right click and then just paste it, and you have this format. So this is the month. I'm in the November 21st. You know very well there cannot be any month with the 21, and the date is going to be slightly dangerous one. How come this is okay? Okay, I think I have not put the space. So you know how dangerous it is. I was thinking, how come this went to 25? How am I surviving till that day? Okay, that was I was wondering. Just put one space here. Sorry, one space was required. Control C, and I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, this time it is going to be proper. So day, month, and year. I think year they have set it in 2-digit year. So 2-digit month, 2-digit date, 2-digit. My tongue is slipping. Year, and again for everything 2 digits only. So month and year, and so on and so forth. Now just to tell you that for those who have completed it and you don't have anything to do, and your teacher is not allowing you to go out, what are you going to do out of the examination hall? So your teacher say you sit there. If you say, you then try this one. Okay, this is not really required. Month, this is M for month. Day for day. Year for year. Put one space. Space is required. Okay, and H in capital. Hour. Okay, then colon. Okay, what you have? Slash month colon. They said colon is required. Okay, colon is there. Okay, and slash. Yes, in second. You can try this one also. It's good that you just try it. Control C and Control V here. By default it will show you here. Don't worry about it. Okay, the previous one will show. Just paste it and just show you that you can also do it manually. So this is a manual. Month, remember, very careful. M means minute, capital M means month. So if you put it here, it will show it as month, minutes there. So be careful with what you're typing. So this is what you're supposed to do it. Okay, I think you don't have anything else to be done. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.